My dinner. I can do things all my own way as usual. So today I'm talking about ego and the lie that ego inflicts on us. Really, ego and the lie our ego inflicts on us. I was thinking about all the times I used to wish I was in control. I used to think I was in control. I knew I was in control, such as having my homework all completed for high school. Or not. Ego, ego. Or having my curriculum ready to go on Fridays before I would head back to teach school on Mondays. Or not. See, the fact was that I usually and still do work on deadlines. Once the deadline is there, the urgency comes. But, if I have 3 weeks to work on something, I'll start the week before. I have my year-end letter to create, and I don't mail it out till after January 1. So I usually, when I had a secretary here helping me, she would say, "Is your letter ready yet?" And she'd say that in October. "Oh, I'll get to that." And I would actually create it by the end of November. But here we are at the end of November. It's not created, but it will be done. And that's probably what keeps me moving is I have a deadline, I have an appointment, I have it in my book, and it will get done. I think I've been that way all my life. And that puts a pressure on the one hand, an excitement, adventure on the other. So actually, I was somewhat in control. I knew where it was going to go. So I had my homework done. It was always done on time and done quite well. But it would be perking in my brain. My brain works in this perking way. I have an idea. I was just asked this morning, could I be the target speaker on Saturday? So in around all of this stuff, I'm going to create a speech. I said, absolutely. So as we talked about it very briefly, we texted 5 minutes back and forth. You don't get much texting done there. I came up with my title, and then I took a scratch paper and I put down a few points. I knew where I wanted to go with it. And that's been perking through my brain as I do the other. And so I've just got it set in my mind. I know where I'm going with it, you see. So a lot of the pressure, a lot of the ego and the lie of the ego was that I'm not good enough. Well, of course I'm good enough. Of course you're good enough. None of us are in control, and yet we are all in control. But what are we controlling? So I think this is where we get our mess going. So as I was thinking about all the times I thought I was in control or knew I should be in control, and I was adding stress on myself. It's a pattern, which I still do, but now I don't let it get too stressful. Now I think, oh yeah, I know who you are, Sandra. We'll be okay. So what was it that had me so upset on Sunday nights? I'd be throwing up because I knew I had to be on spot the next morning in the classroom. That's a terrible way. Or when I got into the insurance business, I would leave my suit on, have dinner finished from the family, and I would go down and close the door and get on the phone, and I would phone and talk to people to book appointments for life insurance until I would be exhausted. Stressing myself almost to that exhaustion, trying to keep up with what I thought was the in crowd. There were 3 people in the office or the region that were kind of ahead, and I wanted to keep up with them. Sounded like when I was growing up, I wanted to keep up with the big kids. It didn't change much. I was always stressing myself, trying to keep up. That is ego gone awry. So where did this stress come from? Fear. Where did that come from? Why was I, even as a school teacher, even as an insurance agent, so on, and mom, why was I feeling stress and fear? Because I hadn't processed it from being that little kid that was always trying to keep up. I was smart. I'm still smart today. And still, I had to keep proving myself. Oh, how painful is that? Do you know that pain of trying to be what others expected of me? Do you know the stress it is of even trying to guess what that expectation might be? It's awful. The pain of being judged all the time, feeling like I'm being judged. I'm putting that on people because I was feeling judged. And so pretty soon what I did, instead of just feeling judged by others, I jump in there and judge myself. I can jump in there and judge myself before they can judge me anymore. What a job. What a job. Being rushed to judge myself before they could get at and judge me. I had to be the best. I had to be not failing. I had to be able to hold my head up. All because of what I thought others were expecting of me. And yes, there was a society expectation. There was an expectation from school, an expectation from parents. And that's all what we pile on our poor children. And still, if we come up like those wibble wobble dolls and we don't fall down and stay down, it gives us the strength and the resilience and all of this wonderful stuff that I am today. But it's not easy. I am truly blessed. I truly am blessed. And I know I'm watching my notes here. But I'm truly blessed to have finally learned to know myself. I bless myself. I love and accept myself. That's my invitation to you. That long, slow journey to you. Yes, I know it's lots of work and a lot of pain and a lot of introspection and looking in, but it is worth every ounce of effort that I've ever put in. The journey, the experience of it has been my joy. And there is where I've been able to set ego aside, telling me what others were expecting, how I had to keep up, setting it aside and say, thank you. I need to know that I'm okay. But choosing, I continue daily choosing to be in my spirit and the spirit of joy with that. Totally, really deeply today, understanding the power of the words that I speak, not only if I speak them out loud and someone else hears the words, but the power of that spoken word that I hear myself saying, that I tell myself. And for me, I'm enough of a reason to choose my words to uplift my own spirit, not the ones that are going to take me down, not the ones that are going to be negative. I don't deserve it for myself, and you certainly don't deserve it from me. You deserve, by grace, we all, by grace, can appreciate those words that lift us up. How about you? Are you starting to listen to your words? The power of your words, power of what you're hearing, power of what you're thinking, and most importantly, what's it all bringing to you? What are you feeling? That's the power. That's the power. I invite you. I'm here. I'm happy to work with you. It's the work I do, whether it be just the communication or that journey to mental fitness, where we inspect what's those voices and how do we bring those voices back and use our wise one. That is the work I do, and I'm blessed. I do hope that one day you choose that journey to you in all its fullness. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. You can do it. And don't you know it? I can help. Take care. Have a wonderful evening.